In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, lived a loyal dog named Max. Max was a medium-sized, golden-furred retriever with soulful eyes that seemed to hold a universe of emotions. He had lived his life as the beloved companion of an elderly man named Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson and Max were inseparable. They wandered the fields together, shared peaceful afternoons on the porch, and even strolled to the village square to greet neighbors. But life took an unexpected turn when Mr. Thompson fell ill. Despite his efforts to care for Max, Mr. Thompson's health declined rapidly, and he passed away peacefully one autumn morning. Max, however, didn't understand the concept of death. Each day, he would sit by the front gate, his tail wagging expectantly, his eyes scanning the horizon for a familiar sight. He would wait for hours, gazing down the road, hoping to see Mr. Thompson's figure ambling toward him. When night fell, Max would return to the porch, his gaze still fixed on the road that led to his master's return. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The villagers, who had grown fond of Max, tried to console him and offered food and shelter, but Max's heart remained tied to Mr. Thompson. His loyal routine never wavered. He'd wake up each morning, tail wagging with hope, and would plant himself at the gate once again. The seasons changed. Winter's chill turned to spring's warmth, and still, Max persisted. His fur grew shaggy, his eyes held a sadness that tugged at the heartstrings of anyone who looked upon him. His unwavering devotion became a symbol of love and loyalty within the village. One evening, as the sun cast a warm glow on the village, something extraordinary happened. A stranger arrived with a kind smile and a soft voice. She walked toward Max and knelt beside him. As if sensing her warmth, Max nuzzled against her hand, his eyes still holding a glimmer of hope. The stranger softly whispered, "It's okay, Max. You've waited long enough." Max looked at her, his eyes seeming to comprehend her words. And for the first time in months, he lifted his head and let out a gentle sigh, as if releasing the weight of his waiting. The stranger, a veterinarian named Dr. Carter, had been touched by Max's story and decided to adopt him. She understood that while Max might never forget Mr. Thompson, he could find a new purpose and a different kind of companionship. Max slowly learned to wag his tail again, to embrace a different routine, and to enjoy new adventures with Dr. Carter. But even as Max's life transformed, there were still moments when he would sit by the gate, his gaze drifting down the road. Perhaps, in his heart, he believed that Mr. Thompson's spirit still lingered there, keeping watch over him, just as Max had done for so many months.